What's up, guys? Volt here, bringing you a brand new Fast and Furious car remake. In today's remake, I'm bringing you the 1993 Mazda RX-7 that the guy known as Reggae, or the Reggae guy, I guess, raced against Letty in the Fast and the Furious. And you're probably wondering, wait, who's that? It is the white car, the guy that's sitting in the car, telling Letty that she should back off, and he actually loses to her in a race. And this car was actually owned by one of the other people in the movie, which is, I believe, the guy in the white Honda Civic at the very first race with the Eclipse, the RX-7, the Integra, and the Honda Civic. The "oh no, Monica" scene. Yeah, the guy that's in the white car actually playing the PlayStation. This was his car in real life, and he had it in it. He wanted to get it in the movie as best he could, and he actually did. And the car was, for the most part, base bone stock. It did have a wing on it and everything, a little bit of exhaust. But, again, and a couple gauges. But, for the most part, it didn't have too much modifications under the hood or anything. So, yeah. I mean, it's kind of sad because it was a beautiful car. It was a very beautiful car until eventually he modified it and it got stolen and parts were just, scrapped off of it. So, that's kind of sad. But, yeah. Welcome to the new location, which is the Los Santos car meet. Now, you're probably wondering why we're here. Well, this is where I'm going to be doing most of my builds anymore. The main reason is I can, see people around here. I have just random players in here. I think it's a pretty big lobby. 28 people, of course. Pretty big lobby. People can come over here, view the car. They can, be subscribers. They can be viewers. They can be random people. They can be anyone they want. And, whenever, whoever, it doesn't matter. It's, they come around here as I'm doing the video. They can be in the video. Also, nice thing about it is, I'll get to that in a second. So, as always, we're going to go with the starting out, which is the base price. You want to go to the internet. You want to go to the Travel and Transport website. You want to go to the Legendary Motorworks website. And you want to go to one of the top 3 vehicles, which is going to be part of the Los Santos Tuners update. And it's going to be the ZR350. Now I have the trade price, which, again, trade prices are randomized. Once you get enough rep, your trade price is actually unlocked for certain cars. As you can see, I have all these unlocked right now. If you go down here to the Southern San Andreas, I have them all locked except for the Anus Remus, which I just actually won off the podium today. Now, as you can see, all these are locked, and eventually they will get unlocked, but it is random. You could get clothing, you could get a bunch of random stuff, and eventually, your cars will actually get unlocked with the trade price. So, if you do not have the trade price for the Anus ZR350, it is going to be $1,615,000. If you do have the trade price, it's going to be $1,211,250. Now, in my personal opinion, for a 2-door sports car that has not the greatest performance in the game, but has a really amazing customization, that is quite high, especially for a 2-door sports car, as I said. But again, it is based on a car that we've been wanting for the longest time, and it is in the game. So here we go. So before we go into the build, I do want to say that I do have other builds coming. I do kind of feel bad that I don't bring out Dominic Toretto's RX-7 first, or Takashi's 350Z, Morimoto's 350Z, a whole bunch of other builds. But sad thing is, their liveries and some even the rims are actually locked behind a paywall, or the rep wall, whatever you want to call it. And you have to be like level 70 for the rims for the Dominic car, and I think it's like 120 or something like that for the livery for certain vehicles. And it's kind of stupid. It's like they put the DLC in the game. We've been waiting for the longest time for the DLC. They put the cars that we want in the game, but they lock the stuff that we actually want to actually make the cars. And, they can't just give a little break behind like a paywall. So it's really sad. Yeah, so once you have your car, your color, let's go customize the beauty. Again, the nice thing is people can come and watch me customize. ZR350 is in the sports category. Pretty much self-explanatory. 2-door sports car. It's based on the Mazda RX-7. That's what I do love about this, Los Santos car meet location. People can actually watch it, come over here and actually view the car as I'm customizing it, or as I'm going over it, pretty much for the most part. So again, we're going to go over the guys known as the Reggae guy, RX-7 build. And it's pretty, again, basic stock build. But I will go over some customizations that you can possibly add to it that he changed a little bit later on after the movie is done shooting. So, As I go over all my builds, I go over the overall look, the visual appearance, and the basic design of the car and how it's portrayed in the movie, game, or anywhere else in general itself. Anything I don't go over is completely up to you. I just go over a few staples that you do want to follow or do want to put in if you actually want to recreate this build, or something similar, or just use, you know, kind of the same exact things I use. So without further ado, let's get into the build. Alright, so to start things off, we're going to go to bumpers. You want to go to the front bumper and you want to put on the painted cutout bumper. Now his bumper had lights on the bottom. Unfortunately, there is no option for a lighted bumper, which is very sad. But it did have like 3, you know, holes. It had like the main hole in the middle, which is the big open gaping hole. And then it actually had the 2 lights on the sides, and then it had another hole on the side as well. So the best one I could go for this build anyway was the painted cutout bumper. After that, move on to the rear bumpers. You just want to keep that stock. It didn't have a diffuser, and personally the diffuser on this car looks a little out of place. From there, we move on to the engine. Now again, this car is mainly all stock, so again, everything's going to pretty much be stock. Stock engine, stock air filters. The strut brace, I did put a polished strut brace on, but I feel like he did have a little bit modifications, and I did check, he did change it. If you don't want to, you can definitely keep it with stock, but, you know, the basic strut brace, I mean, but you can actually put a polished one on if you really want to. And intercooler is going to be none. Now you guys can let me know down in the comment section down below if you actually want me to put his changes that he actually made to the car after the movie in the top comment down below. Because he made quite a bit and the car looks a lot more unique than anything. After that, move on to the exhaust. You want to put on the street exhaust. Had a nice chrome exhaust. Unfortunately, I only have one, and it was on this side right here, the right side. But in the game, there is no one single option, and then if there is, it's really the shotgun angled stupid exhaust, which is, yeah. Just go with the street exhaust, guys. It's you know, 2 exhausts, but still, best option. After that, move on to the fenders. You want to keep both the front and the rear fenders stock. Now this build wasn't a wide body again. For the most part, the car was stock. It did have a few extra modifications, which I'm going over in the video. But again, for the most part, it was stock, so it's not going to have a wide body. After that, move on to the headlights. You just want to keep them stock. From there, we move on to the hood. Hood catches, it's none. There's no hood catches at all. After that, move on to the actual hood itself. You just want to keep that stock. It was a nice, smooth, clean hood. After that, move on to the interior. You want to go to the dash. You want to keep the dash stock. Again, pretty basic interior. Again, it was pretty much a stock car for the most part. From there, we move on to the dials. He did have some gauges over on the left-hand side, like most cars do, up on the, you know, like the window ledge there. And the best thing I could do for that is to just put the dash gauges in. I feel like the one single one isn't enough, and I feel like this is just too much, and this is just, it's too big. Like the gauges are too big, so I'm thinking like this in replace of this one's on the window over there, like on the corner beam of the window. If you don't want to put anything on, you don't need to put on anything on at all. From there, we move on to the doors. You just want to keep them stock. Again, nice stock car, nothing changed on that. After that, move on to the seats. You want to put on these sport seats. They're a little bit more of an upgrade than the normal stock seats, but they do have pretty much the same exact design. From there, we move on to the steering wheel. You just want to put on the Sprint Basic. Just pretty much, you know, a 3-pronged, or, you know, like a 3-way racing wheel. Didn't have no, you know, NOS buttons on it or anything. And last but not least in this section is the roll cage. There's no roll cage in the car. So, no roll cage at all. So again, for the most part, pretty basic, pretty stock, and pretty cheap. After that, move on to the lights. You want to go to the headlights, you want to put stock lights on. That's right, keep them stock. Don't change them. They're actually the perfect color for this car too. From there, we move on to the neon kits, neon layout. There is nothing, so don't worry about adding stuff like that. After that, move on to the livery. Oh, look, someone's actually joining me in. I went with the shopping list. Now, the main reason I went for this is because the livery on his car had a giant HKS on both sides. It also had a little bit of I want to say sponsors or something on the side as well. The hood was completely clean, which is unfortunate. There's a few things on that. But I feel like the shopping list just adds a little bit more flavor than just a basic, you know, no livery design. Look at all the people. This is why I love this place. People can actually watch me look at me, you know, changing in my car, or, you know, at least going over videos. They'll be in a video and they won't even know it. Look at that. So yeah, again, shopping list, my personal opinion, the best option. Other than that, just go with none. I mean, just to give it a little bit more flair, a little bit more designed, I say do the shopping list. From there, we move on to the louvers. You want to put no louvers on. It didn't have no louvers on the back window. I don't know why you would really put louvers on this car, but yeah, that's no louvers. After that, move on to the mirrors. You just want to keep them stock. I wouldn't change them at all because they look pretty much identical to the ones that are actually on the real life car in the movie. So there you go. After that, move on to plate. You want to put on a blue and white too, and you can put pretty much anything you want, because for what little screenshots I could find, or what little, you know, stopping of the videos I could find, unfortunately the plate was actually not visible, so I couldn't really even make out any text on it at all. So best thing you could do is just make your own kind of plate for it. Same respray for last. We move on to the roof. Didn't have no roof scoop, guys. Nothing. Nice and clean. Stock. Again, for the most part, pretty basic car. And for the most part, stock. From there, we move on to the skirts. You want to put on the vented skirts. Now, the reason I put these on is because down by the bottom wheel well, he has like this little tiny vent on the skirt, or it might even be on the body. I'm not even sure. But, you know, the vented skirts kind of give that little bit of look to that, and it's better than any other option that you can actually choose, personally. From there, we move on to the splitters. You just want to keep a stock splitter. You don't want to add a splitter to this car. It just would look stupid, personally. After that, move on to the spoiler. You want to put on the optional spoiler. Now, I wouldn't say put on the secondary optional spoiler. You'll be spending more money, but you can if you want. I'm not going to tell you how to build your car, but the optional spoiler is the one that was actually in the movie. From there, we move on to the suspension. I put on a street suspension. I think it's lowered enough. It gives enough wheel gap in there, and also, you know, you kind of want to fill in the wheel well a little bit more. After that, move on to the taillights. You want to keep the taillights stock. Pretty much a basic car. I don't know why you would tint the taillights anyways. From there, we move on to the wheels. You want to go to wheel type. You want to go down to the sport category. You want to go to the chrome rims, and you want to put on the Inferno chrome rims. Now, these I think fit the best. They are supposed to be, I believe, look like the stock version of the RX-7 rims. I could be wrong, but these are the rims that actually look like the ones were in the movie. I'll try to find the best picture I can and blow it up for you guys so you can see it. I just feel like these fit the best. Also, whenever he actually made modifications to this car, he actually made his own rims, and his own rims kind of look like these. So you can take that how you want. Wheel color is going to be chrome, so you can't change that. Tire design, there's no custom tires, so don't worry about adding that. Tire enhancements, you can add bulletproof tires on if you wish, or low grip tires if you wish. More realistic if you don't. I mean, it didn't have, it wasn't drifting, and didn't have bulletproof tires personally. And tire smoke, white tire smoke. Last before the respray is windows. You want to put nothing on. You just want to keep it a nice, clean, streak-free shine to those windows. Alright, and I'll see you guys in 2 seconds with a rolled steel primer color. Alright, and we're back. As you can see, I have my car in my primered out rolled steel. Pretty much what I always do for all my builds, so you guys can know how I do my colors. Whether it be a custom crew color, LSC color, or anything in between. I don't even know what that means, but you get what I mean. That way I don't lie to you, say, oh, this is this color, but it's a custom crew color and you can't get it. But yeah, I want to tell you how it is and what I do for my builds. So here you go. Just want to go to primary, you want to go down to the classics, you want to go all the way down to the bottom, and you want to find the ice white. So you apply that. After that, move on to the secondary. You want to go down to the classics, you want to go all the way down to the bottom, and you want to go to the ice white. Apply that. After that, move on to the trim color. It has a dark steel interior color, which I think fits really nicely, and it was a kind of dark seated car. So, in my personal opinion, either a dark steel or possibly even a graphite would work really well for the trim color. After that, move on to the accent color. I just kept it an ice white. I feel like it fits the car, and most of the time, I'm going to keep the accent ice white. And that is it. That is how you recreate the 1993 Mazda RX-7 that the guy known as the Reggae guy actually drives and kind of gets smoked by Letty in her 240SX. Now, personally, a stock RX-7 would actually smoke that 240SX. That's just Craig Lieberman let me know about that, and personally, in my own opinion, I figured a stock RX-7 is way more stronger in horsepower, performance, acceleration, all that stuff, than a 240SX that might have a little bit of extra, oomph to it. But let's go outside. Actually, we got to go back to the parking spot first. So let's go back to the parking spot. By the way, I'm going to try getting this parking spot as best I can. So if you guys ever see me in a lobby and you see me over here, guess what? I'm making a video. You can be in it if you want or not. Your choice. So let's head outside. Actually, we're not going to head outside. We're actually going to go to the test track. So another thing that I love about this place is after I get done building a car, you can just go straight to the test track and just drive around that and talk about a few things for a bit. Yeah, this is the car in all its glory. It's pretty, basic, pretty simple. It is still a nice car. I do like the ZR350 in the game. And again, I will bring out Dominic Toretto's car once I get the livery unlocked. I want to make sure I have the livery, the rims. I want to make sure I have it as perfect as I can before I bring it out. I don't want to bring out a non-liveried car. That just kind of seems like a waste, personally. Same thing with Takashi's, Morimoto's, anyone else's that I can actually build, I will build. And I do have more builds done. You may see them coming up here in the near future, but I thought I would bring you guys out a nice new vehicle because everybody's been saying, oh, have you done anything with the new vehicles? Have you done anything with new vehicles? Are you going to bring any new vehicle builds out? I'm like, yeah, I'm working on it. So I thought I would bring this one out. And unfortunately, there's probably not going to be one for the Orange Julius. So, because I could not find a livery that works for it, I'll still play around with it a bit and see if I can figure something out. But I just wouldn't get your hopes up on if you wanted that build done. So that's pretty much it. So, as always, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment down in the comment section down below for what build you want me to build next. Just one, guys, that'd be nice. I do appreciate all the support, all of the new members to the crew, to my channel, subscribers, viewers. I love you all the same, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.